Porto 1, Arsenal Football Club 0. Yes, people, welcome back to another Arsenal match reaction. Arsenal lose 1-0 to Porto in the Champions League. Wow. I mean, look, before the game, did I see us losing the game? Not really, to be honest. I think I wanted, obviously, to win because you always do want to win, but I would have taken a draw even knowing that we're going back to the Emirates for the second leg. But one thing's for an absolute fact, it was a wake-up call. It's a big wake-up call, this game. And look, it's not only a wake-up call for the Arsenal players and the Arsenal, like, obviously, like, club as a whole. I think it's a wake-up call for a lot of the Arsenal fans as well, to be honest with you guys, because I remember after the West Ham game, after the Burnley game, a lot of people getting really excited. Oh, my days, Arsenal are back. Arsenal playing brilliant football. And we were. We played well against West Ham and Burnley. And then throughout the week, Arsenal Twitter is one of the most toxic places on planet Earth, guys, for an absolute fact, man. Like, Arsenal, look, it's my club, obviously. I love the club to bits. But one thing I'll say for an absolute fact is Arsenal fans are some of the biggest flip-flop emotional fans I've ever seen in my life. 1 week we're the best club on planet Earth. 1 week we're the worst club on planet Earth. All the talking midweek from Arsenal fans leading up to the game. Oh, Porto's funeral on Wednesday. We're going to sleep Porto. Oh, Porto going to be in a chokehold. We're going to walk all over them. I saw it all week from Arsenal fans. I was thinking, are you lot being serious right now? Like, this is European football. You don't make it to the last 16 of a Champions League if you're not a good side. Like, this ain't no Premier League like Burnley or anything like that. This is a top team. Every football game's tough. Complacency is the biggest disease in football and in any walk of life. Whether it's football, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationship, complacency will kill you. And the Arsenal fan base has the clearest sign of complacency I've ever seen in my life. And it seeped through because the football today was crap. Absolutely crap, man. And look, like I said, I thought we'd win the game as well. But not at one point did I underestimate Porto. Not at one point. I knew they were going to be a good team. Because I sat in, I said, look, analyze the football team we're going at. Like, these lot are going to play every single trick in the book. The stuff I was seeing from them, I ain't seen that ever in the Premier League. A corner would come in, they'd fall to the ground before the corner was even in the box. They'd fall to the ground, they'd be clutching their knee, clutching their ankle. They pulled every single trick in the book. And fair play to them. They're ball boys. They weren't even giving the ball to us. I ain't hating on it. Fair play, man. Fair play. Like, that's the way football goes sometimes. So for me, look, it's a wake-up call more than anything. It's a wake-up call to the club. It's a wake-up call to the players. And it's a wake-up call to the Arsenal fan base. Because we're a club that has never won a Champions League, guys. We've never, ever won the Champions League. So why the Arsenal fan base goes into this game thinking we're going to walk all over Porto, a team that has won the Champions League, won it in 2004, by the way, with Jose Mourinho, is beyond me. It's genuinely beyond me. We got taught a lesson today. And we have to hold our hands up and firm it. Firm the L. Now, thankfully, because of the way Champions Leagues work, you've got a second leg to make up for it. And the second leg is at the Emirates. And I still think we've got enough quality, even being 1-0 down, to win that second leg, to be honest. But one thing's for an absolute fact. It's a wake-up call. No game's easy. No game's easy today. I do want to speak a little bit about the referee, to be honest, guys. Now, the referee, in my opinion, I rarely talk about referees on this channel, to be honest, because I do think, to be honest, right, if you're a good enough team, the referee becomes a small part of the equation on dictating the outcome of a football match. But one thing I will say about the referee in today's game is that he was fair for both teams. A lot of Arsenal fans say, oh, he was giving all the fouls. He was fair for both teams. But the brother always blowing the whistle, man. Always blowing the whistle. He must have a commission on that whistle every time he blows it. The company that issued the whistle to him must pay him or something. I'm convinced. Everything was a foul in that brother's book. Everything. And all it made the game do was stop-start, slow, no rhythm to the game. And that suited Porto down to the ground because they wanted that. They wanted a slow game. They didn't want Arsenal to get into their rhythm and hit flow state. So, although I think the referee was fair on both sides in terms of fouls they were giving to both teams, he was just, everything was a foul to him. Allow the physicality, man. I like when the game flows. The referee, look, part of the referee's, like, his actual job should be to let the game flow. A referee's best performance is when they're not noticed. That's the funniest thing. If a referee's noticed, that means they've had a bad game. Referees really should be on the pitch and not really be noticed. They're just there to be a medium, to keep the peace. But everything was a foul in that brother's eyes. And what it meant was that the ball kept being on the ground, the ball kept being out of play, all the players were on the floor, and it just meant the game had no rhythm to it. Like, as a neutral, this game would have been boring. Boring to watch. I was bored watching it. And it's the first time I've seen my team in the last 16 of a Champions League in what's like 7-8 years now. So if I was bored, I know for a damn fact neutrals would have been bored as well. So I do want to say that about the referee. I don't think he had a bad game, genuinely not. I think if you analyze it, he was fair on both teams. And I guess the biggest thing people say is consistency, right? If you're going to give fouls to one side, give fouls to the other. And I think he did do that, to be fair. I think he gave Arsenal equally the amount of fouls as he gave Porto. But he just kept giving fouls. Like in my ideal world, the referee would have been much, much less strict. He would have let much more stuff go, man. Much more stuff go. The brother, like, I don't get it, genuinely. Like, I prefer when the referee allows physicality. Because in the Premier League, a lot of those times we're winning the ball high up the pitch. No way it would have been a foul. No way. But look, like I said, the referee did not dictate the outcome of the game, but he did dictate the fact that it was a very slow, monotonous, boring game. So I will say that. Give us another ref when we go to the Emirates game. But that's another side of the game. The real side of the game for me today that I'm worried about is the fact that we did nothing. Like when we had the football, we did nothing. We had 68% of the ball in the first half. God knows how much we had by the end of the game. We created nothing today, like genuinely nothing. Yes, Porto scored a one goal and fair play. Look, even I clapped when they scored their goal because it's a hell of a goal. I do have question marks on Raya. I think he dived way too early. He definitely could have taken a step to the side and done something with it. My opinion, you might say it's harsh. If a player scores from outside the box, you've got to question the goalkeeper. That's always been my opinion on it. Always been my opinion on it. I think if it's outside the box and the player scores, there's enough time between the ball being struck and hitting the back of the net for the goalkeeper to understand the situation and stop it. Unless there's a wicked deflection, I think the goalkeeper should do more. I think he should take a step to his left before he dives. He dived way too early, in my opinion, David Raya. And 1-0 versus 0-0 is a big difference. Now, thank God the away goal scrapped, because if the away goal was still in fashion, it would be a long day for us, because we'd be basically 2-0 down. So if Porto scored one at the Emirates, we have to score 3 to win the game. But thankfully, there's no away goals. But one thing's for an absolute fact right now, yeah? This performance going forward was terrible. Terrible. Like, you look at the Champions League as a time for big personalities and big players to step up and be counted. No one was stepping up and being counted today. Absolutely no one. Odegaard was poor. Saka, poor, man. Poor. On the plane there, Arsenal fans giving Rio Ferdinand the big one. Saka's world class. Saka's this, Saka's that. I agree with Rio Ferdinand. I've said it throughout. Saka's not world class yet. He's not. I love the kid to bits, but he's not world class yet. I've said it throughout. And he showed it against Ney. Big time for big players to show up. He did nothing. What did Saka really do? Every time he got the ball, he turned around and went backwards, back to Odegaard, back to Ben White. Never, ever looked to take on his man. Martinelli, fair play. First half, he actually looked like he was taking on his man. Second half, brother did nothing. Trossard, anonymous. Had a good chance in the second half off a corner, but other than that, did nothing. Havertz had his body about, nothing. Rice, fair play, got booked early because the referee was a waste man. But then after that, kept his head, to be fair to him, didn't get a second yellow, stayed in the game. The defense, Saliba, worst performance I've seen him have in an Arsenal shirt. Terrible, man. What was he doing, Saliba? It's like the occasion was too big for him. Slipping on the football, no control, no touch, no presence, letting the ball bounce, not getting his head to it first. That's weird for Saliba, because I've come out and said Saliba's a world-class defender. Today, he wasn't anything like it. Gabriel was okay, to be fair to him. I thought Ben White was here and there. I thought Kivior was bad, to be honest, man. He wasn't great defensively. He got booked early as well. Raya had nothing to do, but in the crunch moment, dived too early on the goal. So no one played well today. Absolutely no one, to be honest with you guys. And that's a problem. Like, let's be honest right now, guys. This is a problem, because we were flying before this game. We beat West Ham 6-0. We beat Burnley 5-0. A lot of Arsenal fans going into this game thought we were going to walk all over them. Boy, were you proven wrong today. Boy, were you proven wrong. I still think we should win the game at the Emirates. Now, I'm not confident we will. And the reason I'm not confident we will is for 2 reasons. One, actually for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, Porto are going to play the dirtiest low block I've ever seen in my life when they go to the Emirates in 3 weeks' time. Like, if you thought the low block was bad today, wait till you go to the Emirates in 3 weeks' time. Porto are playing a back 10, bro. They're parking the bus old school Mourinho style. That's number 1. And if there's anything I've seen Arsenal struggle at, is breaking down low blocks. Reason number 2, I think it's going to be a problem. Arsenal's European form under Mikel Arteta at home is terrible. We've not won a knockout European home game since Arteta's taken over Arsenal. Understand that. The brother took over Arsenal before COVID, and we've not won a knockout European home game. And that includes the bummy Europa League. So if we're struggling to win a knockout game against Sporting Lisbon and Olympiacos at home, God forbid when Porto come to town, God forbid if we get through that Real Madrid come to town. You get what I mean? So that's the problem. And reason number 3, European football. We have a voodoo in the Champions League, guys, man. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a struggle for us when it comes to the European football. It's a struggle for us. So I do think, to be honest with you guys, yeah, that quality-wise, we should beat Porto. But again, wake up call. Don't underestimate Porto. I said it before and I'll say it again, man. Too many Arsenal fans underestimated Porto. And look what happened. We got our dinner served to us because you shouldn't underestimate them. They went and they played fantastic today, Porto. When I say they played fantastic, I don't mean they knitted all the ball together and they played like beautiful tiki-taka football. That's not their game plan. They played fantastic because they played the percentages. They went down when they needed to. They won a few fouls and they had a moment of quality in the final third and they won the game. And look, they go to the Emirates with a 1-0 lead. They would have snapped your hand off for that. Snapped your hand off for it. So for us, it's a wake-up call. Thankfully, we've got obviously the game against Porto in 3 weeks' time at the Emirates to right our wrongs. But one thing's for an absolute fact, yeah? We got to fix up. We got to fix up big time because that's not good enough in my eyes. That's not good enough one bit. You can't go from beating Burnley, who are crap, and West Ham, who are actually semi-decent, 6-0 and 5-0, to then go to play Porto and absolutely playing terrible stuff. This was pre-Dubai Arsenal. Ever since we've come back from our winter break, we've been cooking. Palace, we've been good. Liverpool, we played well. Forest, we got the job done. Obviously, West Ham and Burnley, I've mentioned. Today, crap, man. Absolutely terrible. That horrendous performance. Horrendous performance, man, guys. Honestly. But yeah, I'm going to get into your comments in just a second. Let me just get my mouse because it disconnected, so I had to put it on charge. But yeah, I'm going to get into your comments in just a second. So, yes. Hopefully, okay, my mouse is connected. Let's get into you lot's comment section down below. Arsenal fans, not Arsenal fans, I want to see it. Tommy, appreciate you on the stream. My friend up doing really, really well. I was trying to watch 3 games tonight, but this one looked dross. Still think Arsenal will go through, but not winning the Champions League, in my opinion. The Napoli-Barcelona game, did not watch it. Had Luton-Liverpool, did not watch that either. I only watched the Arsenal game. Now, funnily enough, this game does not change my opinion on Arsenal winning the Champions League. Genuinely, it doesn't. I think we've still got the same opportunity to win the Champions League. It's not changed my opinion one bit. Genuinely, it hasn't, guys. I promise you guys that for an absolute fact. I still think we're third favourites behind Real Madrid and Man City. But what it's proven is that no game's easy, and it's given us a wake-up call. Look, I don't think that better teams than Porto, like, when I say better teams than Porto, I mean teams that are a bit more flamboyant, a bit more actually, when I say aggressive, I mean they want to play forward football. No team's going to sit back like Porto did. Porto played all the tricks today. This was an Italian masterclass. This is why I said, guys, now I spoke to my friends at uni about this. For me, right, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't worry necessarily about the top teams in the Premier League and such like that. I worry about Champions League because I know, bro, Porto, Atletico Madrid, Benfica, I don't think they're in the Champions League knockout rounds. You get what I mean? Inter Milan, teams like this, bro, you don't want to play them because they pull out all the tricks. Like these teams they'll pull out every single voodoo curse on the planet to win the game. They'll lie down on corner kicks. Everything will be a tactical foul. Everything, bro. So Porto, Atletico Madrid, Italian teams, avoid them at all costs because they play football like their life is on the line. They don't play football sometimes. And I genuinely don't mean this in a bad way. I promise you I mean it in a positive way. I know it sounds like I'm slandering them, but genuinely, hand on heart, that is not the case. I'm saying it from a positive thing. Like I respect it 100%. Even the ball boy stuff, where they refuse to give the ball back to us. The taking time on goal kicks. The pushing and shoving from the corners. I respect it all. You will never find me slander against it. It's a way to win a football match. There's multiple ways to skin a cat. Multiple avenues to win a game. I respect it 1 billion%. But Arsenal are not built to go against that. We haven't got that shithousery in our team. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, bro. So when you come up against teams like Porto, Atletico Madrid under Simeone, Inter Milan, the Italian teams, we're going to struggle. And that's my problem. So I think we're better teams than them. I genuinely think on paper, we're a better team than Atletico. We're a better team than Porto. We're a better team than Inter Milan on paper. But when it comes to performing on the pitch and the dark arts and finding a way to win the football match, we struggle. We lack European experience. We lack European pedigree. We lack big game performances, especially in attacking players. And we lack leadership. That's my four reasons. And to be honest, guys, we proved it again. We proved it again today. Leaders would have stood up. Look, I'll be real with you guys right now, yeah. When you understand that it's about 75, 78 minutes gone, yeah, and you're not going to win the football match, leaders would have sat there and gone, you know what, 0-0, lock it off, go back to the Emirates. I would have taken 0-0. I messaged in my group chats at half-time, and not even at half-time, about 55 minutes, 60 minutes, and I said, look, I'll take the 0-0, man. It's a bad game. We performed badly. Take it back to the Emirates, run it back. Just don't concede. 1-0 is terrible. And look what happened, man. Like, Odegaard gets the ball, he tries to play Rice. Tries to play a killer pass over the top to Saka. What's he doing, bro? Like, relax, man. Understand the assignment you're in. Ball goes back to them. Doesn't close down the ball quick enough. Rise outside his 6-yard area, thinking he's Superman. Come on, man. Like, simple things have gone wrong there. My attention was split between the two matches today. Appreciate you on the stream, by the way, Jeff. But from what I saw, Arsenal didn't create much of anything. Porto didn't do much either, but had a couple chances. Yeah, the game was boring. Terrible game to watch, genuinely. It's one of the most boring games I've seen in my life. But that's fair play to Porto in that. I've got nothing against them for that, guys. Nothing against them whatsoever. Mali, appreciate you on the stream. Evening, Dennis. How are you, friend? Yeah, doing all right, man. Doing all right. I told everyone Porto is dangerous. Agreed. I said the same thing. Nobody listened. I said 0-0. Arsenal fans delusional. Not all Arsenal fans delusional, but look, Arsenal fans are just emotional, and I think they just swing both ways too easily, bro. Like, Arsenal fans, like, they swing both sides. We're the best team on planet Earth, then we're the worst team on planet Earth. I don't get it. Like, genuinely, level-headedness. I said at the top of the stream, at the very start of the stream, I said complacency is the biggest disease in all walks of life. Whether it's football, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your career. Never, ever get complacent. And Arsenal, the fans, the club, everyone got complacent. We won 2 games, guys. We won 2 games of football. 3 if you count the Liverpool game, but 2 away games. We won West Ham and Burnley, and suddenly we're the best team in Europe, according to some people. We won 2 games, guys. Porto's a different kettle of fish. And I say different kettle of fish, I don't mean in terms of quality, in terms of football. I mean different kettle of fish in terms of they'll play football differently. They'll pull out all the stops. This is European football. This is Champions League, guys. And this ain't no run-of-the-mill football, man. You get what I mean? This ain't no pub team we're playing against. I just want to appreciate on the stream. That was worse than Lens earlier in the Champions League. Agreed, much worse. They are third in Premier Liga. I'll be real, I don't care. Like, genuinely, I don't care about their position in the league. I know there's people that go, oh, they're third in Premier League. Or Premier Liga, oh, they're 7th in the French league. What was it? Lens were 16th in Ligue 1, people were saying before the game. I don't care. Like, genuinely, I don't care what position they are in the table. It makes no sense to me. If it's European football, it's a tough game. If they qualified for Europe, it's going to be a tough game. I don't look at, oh, they're 15th. I don't care. Look at, oh, they're top of their league. It genuinely does not cross their mind. I don't watch Ligue 1. I don't watch Portuguese League. I don't watch Bundesliga. I don't watch La Liga. The only league I watch is the Premier League. That's all I watch. So I just assume they're a good football team. That's all I do. And I judge them when I watch them play. That's all it is, man. Are Benfica and Sporting above them? I would assume so, because Benfica, Sporting, and Porto, and then you can throw in Braga as well, about the only Portuguese teams I even know of. Defensive players, they're special. I mean, what I'm worried about, right, guys, yeah, is Pepe was going on 41 years old, and the brother was still dominating at the back. How? Like, explain how that's possible. The brother's 40 years old, and Martinelli, who's damn near half his age, is not outpacing him at times. I don't get it, man. Genuinely, I don't. 7 points behind them. It's such a top 3 league in Portugal, yeah. I mean, at least it's better than Bundesliga, which is like a top 1 league. 2 if you can't buy Leverkusen pulling out all the traps this season. I've been appreciated on the stream, my friend. I think almost every corner resulted in a foul in some way. Hey, exactly. But look, that's football sometimes, man. That's how you got to do it. You got to pull out all the stops, pull out all the traps. And they did that, to be fair to them, Porto. So respect them for that. I got to respect them. So I think we got a second leg to turn it all around. It's a wake-up call. Understand the assignment. Understand not everything's rosy. Understand that you don't get everything your way sometimes in life. Understand there's still a lot of trouble, a lot of work to get through before we win the Champions League or the Premier League this season. And this is one of those barriers to entry. It's how it works sometimes. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Porto aren't the best right now, but they're damn near treating us like it. Damn near, bro. They were pulling out all the stops. And fair play to them, man. Fair play to them every single bit. I'm a bit worried about the second leg. I am as well, because obviously our European pedigree is a bit worrying. But quality-wise, we have enough quality to beat Porto. We genuinely do. It had Sporting written all over it. I agree as well, man. It genuinely could be. I can't believe we allowed this to happen. I hear you. Are you going to the home leg? Nah. I'm watching it from home, man. I told Arsenal fans it was not finishing 4-0. I was expecting Arsenal to win, but I knew it wouldn't be 5-0. Yeah, I thought we'd win as well, but to be honest, I would have taken a 0-0. Genuinely, I would have taken a 0-0, man. I'd be happy with a 0-0. I'll be real. Especially when it got to 60 minutes, I was like, yeah, take it and run. Who said 4-0? That's bloody crazy. I would have, yeah, you're right. You're right, Simon, because I saw it myself as well. I saw it, all the Arsenal fans on Twitter getting ahead of themselves, getting complacent. Easy game. Porto, it's a nightmare's coming to Porto. Porto gonna get slapped. We're gonna roll over Porto. Porto don't know what's gonna hit them. I saw it everywhere, man. Shame it had to be Porto. What's the complacency for? Guys, we've never won a Champions League. Porto won the Champions League. Like, that's disrespectful, man. Disrespectful to even say that to Porto. Keep your heads. Too many Arsenal fans, man, get ahead of themselves. I've seen it everywhere. Arsenal finished on 65% possession. But what did we do with it, bro? What did we do with the possession, man? I don't care what... possession means nothing to me, man. Nothing to me. Ramsdale and Jorginho need to play in the second half. Ryan's been good this season, man. I don't see any problem with that. But the goal was their second shot on target. Yeah, but it was a game of nothingness. No chances, but they had the quality in the final third when it mattered. Well, we've got Newcastle Saturday evening. And that's a good point because for me, I worry about the Newcastle game more than anything now. Because I do think, to be honest with you guys, yeah, that the Champions League, we should still qualify. We should still. But how does this affect us now going into the Premier League game on Saturday? We'll be tired. We'll be obviously low on confidence now. We can't let it affect our Premier League because we're fighting on multiple fronts here. Multiple fronts. So get this game out of heads. We play them again in 3 weeks' time. That's a long time away, man. Forget about this game, bro. Learn your lessons and move on. It's a wake-up call. Have a little shout in the training rooms. Get back on the training ground when you get back to London tomorrow and move on, man. Move on. Scott, appreciate you on the stream, my friend. No shots on target. Terrible performance. Terrible performance going forward. We need to strike an attacking CDM. An attacking CDM. What's that, like a cam? I guess an attacking CDM. We just need... Malia, let's be real right now. The window's closed. What does it matter? Window's shut. We'll worry about that in the summer. Right now, we need to worry about the players we've got. And the players we've got right now need to turn up. That's the fact of the matter. Xhaka would have created a chance. He's gone though, man. What do you want me to say, bro? Bring him back from the death. He's gone by Leverkusen. He's enjoying his life, man. Trust me, he does not want to be back. He's enjoying by Leverkusen way too much. He does not want to be back in N5. Sleeper doesn't want to get injured. I hear that a little bit. I do. But he needs to perform to his best. I think Arsenal will win at the Emirates, but 2 goals maximum on the night. Not on aggregate. Maybe. I'm worried, bro. I'll be real. We should beat them, but I don't think we will. Because I worry about Arsenal when it comes to European football. We struggle, man. We've got a voodoo on us. Zezinho Porto, appreciate the stream, my friend. Hey, enjoy it, man. Fair play, well deserved. Can't hate one bit. There's the 4th reason Arsenal played Chelsea at home just 4 days after that. So Arteta would have to rest a few players. Won those games. That situation changes if Chelsea advance in the cup. Nah, I'll be real. You ain't resting players to play Chelsea in 4 days' time. You worry about the Champions League. That's more important. You got to win that game, in my eyes. As the cup quarterfinals on the weekend of that latter game, doesn't matter in my eyes. You go for the Champions League. Worry about Chelsea after. Worry about the game that comes first. That's always my eyes. Always my thought process. We always capitulate in Europe. Always and every single time, man. And that's the thing, guys, yeah? I had a season ticket at Arsenal from 2012 until 2017 or 2018. I saw us get bopped by Bayern Munich. I saw us get bopped by Barcelona, Monaco. I've seen it all, guys. I'm used to it. I'm used to us getting to the round of 16 and crumbling like apple crumble. I've seen it all, man. Rodrigo, appreciate you on the stream, my friend. Portuguese do it better. Yes, sir. Yeah, you showed it today, man. Obrigado. Fala português, fala. Mais. He's a parabéns, irmão, parabéns. Pedro, appreciate you on the stream, my friend. Big up Porto for the win. Smash the likes indeed, and subscribe down below if you're new around here. Ogala, appreciate you on the stream, my friend. Arsenal will qualify. I hope so, man. I bloody hope so. But we should on paper, but football's never easy. Elijah, appreciate you on the stream, my friend. Let's hope Arteta isn't on that playing back with them for game. I mean, look, it's one bad game, but I don't think it's enough to jump on the manager's back. But one thing's for an absolute fact, man. We should win when we go back to the Emirates. But it's a wake-up call, and that's important. He's Portuguese, they're tough as old boots. We will see him at Euro 2024 for a fact, man. For a fact. Pepe will be there no matter what. Pray for Porto was training on X earlier. Exactly, man. I said it all before. Don't underestimate European teams, especially Porto, because they're a good side, man. Porto play better and we are going to win at Arsenal. If you don't know this, it's because you don't know ball. You could. I'm not saying you won't, but I don't think you will. I think Porto will draw or win on penalties or win on aggregate. It could happen. Arsenal should win, but you never know, man. You never know. Also, just a reminder that 2 other games were being played today. Liverpool versus Luton 4-1, Napoli Barcelona. What do you think of those 2 results? Didn't watch either game. Good result for Liverpool, obviously, given their injuries. Napoli Barcelona. Good result for Barcelona. You go back to the home. They're not playing at Nou Camp anymore, are they? They go back to Barcelona with the game with it in their hands. It's a good result for them both, man. Didn't watch either game though, to be honest with you guys. But yes, I appreciate everyone that tuned in down below. I'll be back streaming on the weekend for Arsenal versus Newcastle in the Premier League, and I'll be back in 3 weeks' time
for Arsenal versus Porto. Revenge series time for Arsenal, hopefully. I'm moving on to the football terrace now to talk there. I appreciate everyone that tuned in. I hope to catch you guys all in my next one. Take care.